What's going on, everyone? Welcome back to Case of Crypto. Today we're going to be talking about Cardano. The reason why I'm doing a video on Cardano is because recently there's been a huge surge, what I've been hearing. So I just want to do an update on what's going on with Cardano. So let's go ahead and jump right into the technical analysis here. So recently I got a gift from my friend for Christmas. It's about technical analysis, which is really cool. I always been wanting to have one of my own of a hard copy, and I was just briefly going through it just to see if I, could learn something new. And what I've came across on this book is about three different phases, which is really really cool. And those three phases are called accumulation, public participation, and distribution. So I'm gonna go show some examples of what those three are, and hopefully it makes sense. And I want to tie it in with the technical analysis here. So first things first, obviously we gotta talk about accumulation. So accumulation, long story short, if you want, you could look it up, the actual definition. But pretty much what accumulation is, pretty much is the beginning, right? The beginning of the buying process. So pretty much what it is where the price action dropped to the lowest, where the least uh, risk that you could possibly, like, less risk, high reward type of deal. Okay, so for example, this right here is okay. I'll give you an example here down here. So this is accumulation phase just because it's on the low, right? Accumulation is like I would say it's this is less risk just because it's really cheap at that price range, right? And pretty much is where a lot of investors want to put in money during the accumulation phase because it's low risk, high reward, right? So let me go and draw a circle, right? All right. So this is accumulation phase. Accumulation. And I'm going to show you more what accumulation phase looks like. So this is accumulation phase, right? It's more of a it's on the low end, and it's also like where it's kind of like stagnant. It's not like moving, like there's no trend, right? It's kind of consolidating, right? It's still in, like, it moves up and down, but there's no trend that's formed. Okay, so that's what accumulation looks like. And the next part what I'm getting into is the public participation. So the public participation is pretty much the trend, right? The trend where the price action goes up, right? The trend's going up, and distribution. So yeah, so the public participation is really really short. It's pretty much the trend. All the public, everyone wants to follow the trend. That's when the hype is going on with the certain crypto coin, stock, whatever. Everyone want to participate. That's what makes the trend go up, right? So that's a public participation. Distribution, however, is at the very like highest, at the all-time high level, right? So distribution will be this, right? This is the distribution. So pretty much what it is the accumulation, right, from the very beginning for the people who is willing to put in a lot of money because it's low risk, high reward, right? Once you create an all-time high level, that's when the distribution happens, where the accumulation people who bought it at the very low point, they sell off at the highest all-time high level, which makes the price drop very low. So that's the phase that I'm getting here, essentially, in the present time, right? So let's go ahead and do some more, just a couple more examples, and then we could apply it to um, the present. Okay, so you got the accumulation, you got the public participation in the distribution. So hopefully I'm making sense. You could look it up. There's also there's the actual definitions, but the on the book it's a literally long list of what accumulation is. So I just want to give you the short end of the stick of what it is in a short amount of time. Okay, so back to accumulation, right? So right now distribution, right? So price obviously dropped. This is a daily time frame here, right? Price dropped, and now before the trend even happened, this is the start of the accumulation phase, right? This right here. So this is the start of the accumulation phase, right? So accumulation phase happened right before the distribution, right? Accumulation happened. Then the public participation happened, right? Everyone wants to participate and want to invest in the money because the trend is going, right? Next, distribution happened up here, right? So for everyone who bought at the accumulation, right, with the low risk high reward, waited all the way to the all-time high level, and for the people who bought it, those which is the accumulation people, right, they sell off, and obviously the price dropped heavily. So now we're seeing a repeat here. So this is some consolidating that's going on here, right? So let me draw out my horizontal resistance here. Sorry, yeah, horizontal, my support and resistance. There you go. Not horizontal resistance. That's kind of weird to say that. But anyways, so we have some consolidating here, right? It's bouncing back between the support and resistance. So it would be safe to say that this is another accumulation, right? So let's go ahead and draw that out. Draw out the circle, accumulation. So next, I'm not too sure when, but I'm pretty sure once, so this is a daily time frame. So once this price action breaks out of this resistance level, hopefully we could say that that's the start of a public participation phase, right? So somewhere along these lines here, something like that, we could probably see a public participation phase that might happen here, okay? As long as the price action breaks out of this resistance level. So obviously you could see that the moving average right here, the red and the green, they are curving up, right? And I would say what confirms the actual public participation phase or bullish trend is the green moving average needs to cross over the blue moving average, which is the 200 moving average, which indicates a golden circle. And I said this many times on my videos, golden circle indicates a strong uptrend or downtrend. So obviously this is a uptrend, right? So if we were to look at the 4-hour time frame, obviously you could see that the moving average already crossed over the blue moving average. Overall, good sign. So right now, the price actually is having a hard time breaking out of this resistance level, which is the $1.58. So once this breaks out, right? So once this price breaks out and then retests where the breakout happens, hopefully from there we might be able to see the public participation phase. So yeah, and then from there, obviously the next phase would be obviously the distribution phase. But in order to make a distribution phase, right, it needs to make a new all-time high level. So it has to be higher than, we'll say, $3, right? So it's got to be somewhere along the lines of maybe, I don't know, $4 maybe. $4 might be like the ideal of distribution phase that we might be waiting for before the price even drops down, right? So but obviously the example that I'm providing is that we see a pattern here, right? Accumulation, public phase, distribution, accumulation, public phase, distribution, and then accumulation. So I could see it happening here for Cardano. So we just gotta wait it out. Obviously right now is the price action needs to break out of this $1.58 level, and then from there hopefully it all plays out, the public participation and then the distribution right after. So yeah, that's pretty much it. I learned something new this past, actually it was yesterday, that's what I read about. So I actually got to apply it, which is really, really cool. And I hope you guys able to retain some valuable information on this video. If you did, give this video a thumbs up, hit the subscribe button to support my channel as always, and also hit the bell icon to get the newest updates on my technical analysis and also my future NFT reviews. So without further ado, guys, I'll see you guys on the next video. Peace.